Is
What
that
we,
what?
what we just doing?
Scrolling.
Oh, scrolling.
Yep.
Do you,
Wasting away. Are you
overwhelmed.
over?
Overwhelmed. Too much to
Um,
do. Like I've
good,
never been this
good week.
busy.
Busy week. What?
Uh, busy, good. Um, a lot. It's just every day is a lot, a lot. But I think it's by my doing. I am the evil villain in my story.
A lot like you're still doing everything, or a lot like you're just doing a lot of.
Um, Good idea, fairy. Um, I want to do all the things, right? I want to help all the people. I want to do all the things. I want to hold all the people accountable. Um, I I wrote down some stuff that I wanted to talk about because I think that I came to a very real conclusion today that nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. I
And,
believe that in life,
and
in life. Don't nobody know. We are all just trying to figure this shit out. There's nobody that has their whole life together. There's nobody. And if they try to tell you that they do, they are fucking lying. There is somebody in your life that is pissed off at you.
but so what'd you take from that to not take everything so serious or be so hard on yourself? Like what'd you get from that?
It's a combination of those things. It's grace. If you're looking at it from a positive side, like give people grace because we are all just figuring it out. And then two, you got to look at people with a very discerned eye when they're telling you a story about what they can do for you. It's like, can you really fucking do that? Because you're fucking lying. I'm sure you're not lying, but you're trying to figure it out too.
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to sell a good story, and everything that you're going to do is not going to be as the beautiful, perfect picture that you're pitching. And if you follow that line of thinking that everyone is just trying to figure it out and it's not going to be perfect, you will not be disappointed. But
Yeah.
I get sold a dream so often because I have such a high level of faith in people when they are pitching shit. I'm like, oh, yeah, I want that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when it's like lackluster, I'm like, what's happening? Like, what is going on? This is definitely not the dream that I was sold. So now I have this level of
Yeah, but that's the scary part though. Like, fuck it, but it's more like just like I said, not being so hard on yourself, but we all out here trying to figure it out. And I think the problem is like these timelines really fuck up people, and they forget like these are highlight reels. You do get some people that post both of them. That's probably why you tend to follow them more. But then the people that jump in your feed is going to be somebody's highlights, and then we end up comparing ourselves to that. When it's like, I think it's more about if you know what you want to do, and once you figure that part out, you can handle a lot of the stuff that doesn't tend to go your way, if that makes sense. Is
yeah,
that,
but
well, that's
also,
my problem.
huh?
I think that's my problem, the focus part. I think I'm between wanting to do too much. Like I think I finally left the part of having confidence in the stuff I do. Because like I said, go back to the fact that we are here just trying to do shit, selling our dream and telling our story. As simple as that. You know, people gravitate to it, people won't. Simple as that, just keep it moving or whatever. But
Yeah.
exactly figuring out like what I want to do. I think I've been saying that this is like episode 29. I think I said that almost every other episode. Just figuring out exactly what I want to do. This week having an employee, or the last 2 weeks having an employee,
Yeah.
that definitely that
It's
definitely changed a
fired.
lot of
I
my
just joking. Look, I just joking.
that
That's
definitely
what people ask me because I am the queen of that. So it's like, I'm like,
you know what I mean? Because I'm really big on what I do being built on the fact that you just gotta want to do it. I don't look at it as a situation where your skill level will allow you to be better or not. It's about the fact that you want to do this. Like you want to come to work and make more money. You want to do this. You want to do those extra jobs. That's the way you make money. It's just simple as that. And if I rock with you, I want that from you. And it's the reason why I think that you have that in you. That's why I brought you here. Let's figure this out. I think that's a lot of also with what I'm doing is I'm up front with him and I'm letting him know like, yo, I'm trying to figure this out. So I want to be up front with you. You know what I mean? So he's like, oh yeah, you good, dog. So I think that's the good part. There is a pit stop to it though, which I really don't mind because it allows me to get a little more ducks in a row because I really don't have my ducks in a row the way I really want them. But my broker, so to say, let me know that he wasn't really ready for this. He really can't financially, it's not a good decision. He's like, just to bring you on as an act of goodwill is not a good business decision. You know what I mean? So I really wasn't ready for this. And I was like, yeah, I wasn't either. And then you let me know to bring him, and then I brought him. You know what I mean? So I was like, my main thing is the fact that I told him I have a job for him, and he left his job. And he was like, well, can he do warehouse stuff? Long story short, he ended up getting the job in the warehouse, so he's still there. So when it is time for me to go into dispatch fully, he's still right there, just at the third. Like this weekend, like I'm not working tomorrow and Friday, so he'll be in my van, so my van is still making money. So it's still benefits and perks to this, you know what I mean? But again, like it allows me to get more ducks in a row, more of the grant talk, because he let me know about the situation where he has to get another building where he has to come up with a certain amount of money. Like I feel like a lot of times he tells me stuff that's going on, and if I was in position, I could jump on some of that stuff more.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's telling me this stuff because he sees something in me. He always has. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, so like I said, I'm not too distraught about still having to drive. You know what I mean? Even though I did like the experience of seeing what it would be having somebody job in my van and
Yeah.
doing what I do and whether I can have confidence in them. You know what I mean? So
And he's
I think
been
stuff.
working to your standard.
You said what?
He's been working to your standard.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like the last couple of days, it reminded me that oh yeah, I had to figure out a lot of shit on myself. So a lot of times I'm trying to tell him stuff. It's like, well, that's a thing you probably would rarely run into, or something I had to learn myself also. Because I remember like I was supposed to do 4 days with the person. He was like on day three, like, yo, it's nothing else I can really tell him. You just got to get out there and figure it out. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, I like where it's going. And I got bigger plans. I like that.
Good. Shy. Still trying to figure some things out.
What you
Still,
write down?
I wrote down um self-care, being intentional, right? And then recognizing the small wins when you're operating in your chaos. And so I think we are the hardest on ourselves because I can think about all of the things that I talked about, all the conversations that I had, and all the things that I did not do. But I stopped looking at the things that I did do, the connections that I made, and like the small wins that are slowly pecking away at the exterior, at that wall to kind of get to the common goal. I mean, I also picked up a couple of trinkets along the way because that's what I do. Um, because at the end of the day, service is my jam. And so like started looking at the nonprofit, started looking into the kind of real estate, started to look at how can we do better by Baltimore because it has so many homeless and homeless veterans there. How can we find those abandoned row houses and turn them into some kind of community living?
Why is it not a thing, or why is it not a thing
I have no
anymore? Where they
fucking
have,
idea. Like,
I mean, because it's always buildings everywhere and bums. It's like, why can't we put the bums in the building? I hate to say it just like that, but you know what I mean? Like, why is that not something we can do? And there was a place like not safe houses, but isn't there stuff like they can go during the day or either at night or something like that? Do they not have those anymore?
at capacity, but also there's a what is the word? It's like I'll just say a narrative that says that what they'll do, like what people will do is they'll buy the buildings and then let them stay vacant and like be downgraded just so that the city looks like that in that portion.
Mm.
Or that's why I heard that there was a theory that that's what
Yeah,
happens. Someone owns that building, but they let it remain that way.
yeah,
And it's just like there's not enough. There's enough like Raven Stadium is there. That means there's athletes there. Like that you can definitely like I'm poor in comparison. Like if we're doing a comparison of
yeah.
finance. And it's just like to be able to but like I have a group of people and I'm sorry, but y'all niggas is involved. It's just like a group of people that I know that we can go after government grants and government funding and come up with a business plan for this, I want to call it height of compassion. Um, and find ways to, okay, this is kind of what it looks like. These are the conditions to get into the space. Here's the buildings that we're looking at doing. This is what the operational cost would be. This is the cost for running water. We're not trying to make it rehab these buildings so that they are flippable and I'm gonna make a huge profit. No, this is standard of living, furniture, clean, access to clean water. Um,
But then you
maybe
run into, but then you run into the problem with the fact that they won't sell it to you because you're telling them that that's what you're going to do with it, and that's not what they want.
But we're looking at the goal is to look at properties that have like liens against it, and you just have to pay the lien, or places where you can say, okay, maybe it's one person that owns a multiple, like a lot of them that are just stacking up debt. We can buy this much property for X, Y, and Z. And I got a homeboy who actually has a little bit of money period that can help with that whole conversation. It understands finances. And it's just like to be able to be like, okay, well, we can put down X to buy it, pay off the liens, and then this is how much it's going to cost to refurb it. And, to get into that space where, um, one, you're doing something for the city, like turning those homes that look like garbage into places for, um, people to live, not people, and then like having some kind of program that this is not for people to kind of turn into some kind of like drug house, like not to go in there and use. It'll be like you have to be off drugs. You have to like take a drug test, and we're gonna periodically drug test you. You have to want to get access to the resources that we have for you.
So are you talking about buildings for the unhoused, or are you talking about getting people into a house?
Buildings for the unhoused, like temporary solutions, not like long-term solutions, but temporary, like get on your feet, access to resources, access to hot meals. Like we can deliver meals, like more, like not all 3 meals, but like a breakfast and a dinner. Like you can have access to those things. You can have access to hot water. There's not going to be a washer and dryer in every unit, but there could be a washer and dryer, a facility that you can go wash your clothes and take shower. But I also feel like my spirit is telling me that not only for the people who live in the building, but maybe for people who are still stuck on the street. Like just to wash your ass and wash your clothes will make you still feel like a human because people are there.
So,
Go ahead.
my bad, I'm still confused. So will it be for some of those unhoused to live there, or is it one of those situations where they have somewhere to be to get cleaned up and everything?
To live there. So the
Okay.
goal for the housing units will be for them to live there
Okay.
temporarily, live there like maybe like for a year or maybe for 6 months. And then the like the shower facilities or the laundry facilities could be something for people just to use. I mean,
Community.
for the community to use like that. I would love that to be something because like 9 times out of 10, if you just take a shower and have access to clean clothes, be able to wash your clothes, like they don't have that just to feel like human beings anymore. I feel like that would be because I told you when I saw that laundry mobile on wheels, I was like, oh, that is dope.
Yeah, smart.
Oh
I
my.
love seeing good ideas come to fruition
And
like
it's like that was just for like people like
in
me
front of
who
your
can't do
face.
laundry. I got about 16 loads upstairs to do. Like and they'd be like, we come to your house and we'll wash your clothes and I was like, to do that on the street, like have excess clothes and like you need your clothes washed, take a shower, wash your clothes, and here's some extra clothes to put on. Like that'd be game changing for people. Like there is so much we can do to change the world. There's no reason why people should be hungry. There's no people shouldn't be able to take a shower or have access to facilities.
I mean, but it start with the attitude you have. Like a lot of times people be like, yo, I wish they'd do this or the community do this or somebody do this. And it's like, well, I mean, if you do it, that hopefully they get somebody else to do it, and that's a start.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I look at a lot of like I don't really go back and forth with a lot of shit because I mean one of us ain't doing something, so we ain't
Yeah.
solving shit. So
Yeah. But I find myself, I do have friends that are more stable in their thought processes. Like I got a lot of things going on and I want to do so many things. And time life is too short to do all the things I want to do. And so I do like have a friend that says, listen, like when you focus on one thing, which I know is sometimes hard to do, you can use the resources from those things to accelerate another thing. And so don't spread yourself too thin because you can't nurture the things that you need to nurture in order to have that optimal growth that you want in any particular area. And so I am taking, taking the combination of registering the good ideas, writing them down, but also being deliberate and trying to be more conscientious of what I'm doing in my business.
hold on.
Um,
So you store the ideas, or you write them down so you can get to them later, or
I'm
you
writing them down and coming up with a strategic plan to implement them. So they are on radar. I am codifying the plan, like I'm writing the blueprint. And
I
then when
think
it's time to go,
and I think I'm the exact opposite where I'm trying to focus on ship it to bring more money so I can do more with. I feel like my passions can make money if I was able to put more money into it
yeah,
and on time.
yeah,
And if I put in the correct time, focus, and resources into ship it, it allows that so much more and quicker.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
So that's
I
why.
would agree because it's like you spread yourself too thin. You focus if you're not doing the things necessary for one piece, you're not getting that leverage, that capacity, that that revenue in order to propel the other side because it takes money to make money and it's, you know,
So Mondays, we talking about recaps. Wednesdays, 4 for 10, of course. Thursdays, so a businesswoman, an artist, and an entrepreneur walk into a bar. Saturdays, we talking about rap. Convos all week. Pull up though. Now I'm talking about.
Like I mean, more money allows you to take more chances. Like when you don't have money, you don't want to take more chances. You don't figure out shit.
and then you feel like you got to do it by yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
And then that's when you got it really fucked up because you can't do any of this stuff on your own. I don't care what nobody say. If
And I
they say,
keep hearing about VAs and stuff. I'm like, yeah, you just pay somebody a certain amount of money for a certain amount of time and they just get something done. Like that's just so common
handshake,
sense. It's what companies do.
handshake dot, is it
Handshake.
handshake?
It's an app or a .com.
It's a dot, is it a dot com? Maybe a dot com. That's where you get your interns. Mind you,
Okay.
I got one bad intern from there. But my homegirl got a good intern from there that is about his business and is in coding. And if you get a good one, so my thing is back to my first thing of nobody really knows what the fuck they're doing. Um, being more deliberate with regard to I'm going to check resources. I mean, your not resources, referrals. I'm checking referrals. I'm checking like legit reviews. I'm checking, I'm going to ask you the hard questions. I'm going to do my due diligence to make sure that you say that you can do what you said that you can do and that other people
Lesson.
are
This
satisfied.
this is a lesson learned. You was just giving people a
So
favor. Like,
let's learn because I'm taught God is trying to tell me
stop being so nice.
you are not doing something right
Yeah.
because you keep getting the same types of events happening and you expect it to be different and you too nice. I mean, nice to the point where I'm like excited about what they got to do, and then it's like not what my expectations are. Maybe my expectations are high, probably. Probably because I want to do a lot of great things. I would like you to want to do great things with me. I don't think that's too much to ask, but it could be, possibly, because it could be. But when it doesn't happen, I am angry. Like I am angry. And if you can't get good justification as to why it's not going the way that we talked about collaboratively, then you're fine. I'm gonna find a way to get you out of there. Out of there. And but the other part, the other side of the coin is I am a reasonable person. Word to the fact that if you said, I can't do it because of this, and this, but this is what I can give you, and you hold up your end of the bargain on that, I'm good. Bet you are keeping me informed. I know what's going on. I know what to expect. We have this communication. But too many times it's like, I don't, maybe that's something in me that I don't like. Loyalty is really big to me, like loyalty. Betrayal is like the worst thing. Like I could never be in the FBI. I'm not an undercover agent. I end up a part of the mob. I be killing people for a living because that's my family now. Like they're gonna be like, all right, it's time to turn state on them or whatever it is and turn them in. Nah, that's my family now. I'm sorry. Like, not a snitch. I am not going, I cannot do that. And I learned that at a young age. Like, I cannot just backstab somebody like that. Like I can't do it. And so I don't know. It's just I want common understanding. I want just good conversation, good communication. Tell me what you can truly do so that I can level my expectations and we can move forward. But a lot of times it's just like I get sold a dream and I get excited about that dream like a kid looking for a goddamn Amazon package or at Christmas time or fat kid and cake or whatever. And then it's a carrot. It's a turnip.
So most of your outsourcing and or needs is for above the crowd and not SIG or both?
It is above the crowd right now because that's my first baby. For SIG, I have three other hardworking women that are highly educated and um I don't have to do as much because they definitely work as hard as I do. And they have the same kind of thought process. And I'm not saying that so Charlene does have the same thought processes, but it's just like there are gaps in what we can do. And what I'm finding is when we're trying to find people to fill those gaps, and thinking that they are good solutions, sometimes it's not, we didn't do enough to vet them. They didn't work or we didn't pay enough because sometimes you get what you pay for. And now I'm coming to terms with that too. And it's just like we need to find um a freelance seamstress, someone who's going to, I can talk to them about my design and then they can come up with the pattern, they can come up with the material, and they can come up with my size matrix and grade it up and down. And then I won't be challenged like, man, this hoodie, that I don't even think my hoodie and my leggings are going to come out on time for this pop-up shop, which is
The what?
like for the pop-up shop in
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be here
Oh,
because
really?
there's a chance that it might get held up in customs. They're not manufacturing it because I'm still waiting for the revised hoodie to come. Because they didn't listen the first time, which pissed me off. And it's like, I can't be too mad because no, they ain't fucked my shit up before. They have.
So
It's
your
so
hoodies are abroad also because of the fitting or
fitting the customization. Um, I'm intentionally making the sleeves longer so that the tall community can definitely get that oversized feel. And I wanted a better material for the hoodie too. So that's the whole thing is that it's a better feel, an oversized feel. We never get oversized. When oversized is for regular people, it's normal size on us because we take up that extra in arm length. And so, yeah, I'm waiting for it.
So what do you have to take down there if that doesn't
Nothing. I just took it like
this nigga?
I have my liquidation stuff, which I know that we've done a couple of reorders on. So we're doing like our robes, the jumpsuits that we have. We have a couple of satin sets left over, but mind you, we're taking it to Texas. So it's like what we can fit in to check-in luggage, and then we carry our clothes on our backs, like as carry-ons. And so it's what we can take down. Probably some taller than your daddy merch. Because that typically goes. That's, our go-to. And then I'm thinking about doing pre-orders. I don't necessarily like it, but I know conceptually this is it's good. It's
You
good.
have something that you have something physical that you can show them,
Yeah.
or
Yeah. We have the initial sample that is not like they didn't extend the sleeves as long. It still fits. It fits Charlene. So Charlene's gonna come down in the black, How Tall Am I hoodie. Um, they're producing the cream one now, the sample that should be on its way. I gotta wait till later on tonight to talk to them, but did you send me my sample? And then hopefully once it gets here, I can give them a quick, okay, good, grade it up and down, send me my bulk shipping. And then
this is this month. This is when
the event is October 24th.
24.
So I'm cutting it super close per usual because there's no telling if it's going to get held up in customs too. Because there's a chance for larger shipments that they're going to be like, yeah, we're going to expect this a little bit longer, and then I'm going to miss the date. But that'll be okay because I'll at least have my samples and I can say we're doing pre-orders on things, and then you can take the liquidation items with you because I'm trying to get rid of as much stuff as I can because we're not going to produce those. We're not going to reorder any of that stuff again. So,
Okay. Okay.
but yeah,
And did you listen to the joint I sent this morning?
no.
The 15-20 minute joint? And I
I
asked it because some of the stuff he was saying, it just went along with it. What the fuck
Okay.
was the title of it? The title was if you don't like yourself now, what else do you need to go through? And
Oh,
like, yo, you're not rewarding yourself. Like you've accomplished so fucking much. A lot of times we don't give props for the little accomplishments that we make. You know what I mean? Like, like you made it through everything you ever been through. And you're talking about like, I'm not doing good. It's like you're unfair to yourself. It was like a very good, like it's only 15 minutes.
no, so I'm definitely gonna, this morning was chaos. Typically, my typical days are, because I'm trying to manage both of the bit like flying time for both of them as stuff kind of comes in. And, but no, this is gonna sound,
I must say, the longer you stall, the bigger my smile gonna get because I'm more and more curious nowadays. Because it can go anywhere. The longer you take, nigga.
so this is gonna, so I would say this is gonna sound cocky, I guess, a little bit cocky or whatever. I am, so it resonates with me about if you don't, if you don't like yourself now. So it's not that I don't like myself now. Like I feel like God has never failed me. Like the backstory is that like I've never like, mind you, this I don't recommend this to any fucking body. But like when it comes down to like finances, I've never wanted for anything. I never had like, okay, so that's somewhat of a lie. When I first started with the government and I was making, my paycheck was literally $800 for the 2 fucking weeks. And then my fucking BOQ little one room efficiency I lived on base was $600. I wanted to die because I was like, I'm not going to be able to survive. And I was making what 32,000. I started off $32,000, I think, with the army. 30, was it 32? or 29. It was something, or 30. It was somewhere in between 29 and 32. But it came out to be with it when everything came out, I was just like, oh, I'm poor. Like so I started working at Ocean Place Spa and Resort as a server to a whole bunch of like spoiled rich kids. Like I was just like, I will whoop your ass. Like they talk crazy to you because you were serving at a bat mitzvah or a bar mitzvah, and it's like, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. But as I struggled my way through the first part of my career, after I started like getting really good at what I did and started progressing in my career very rapidly, like I got my promotion every year because I was good. I was very good at what I did. I got to a point where I stopped worrying about money. Like I didn't worry, I didn't monitor it. Everything was on autopilot. It was Everything was on autopilot. The times where I shouldn't have been able to pay my bills were paid. Um, I think it was a little bit of like my energy. I'm not going to count that, but it was just like the way that I was able to kind of still give to homeless. I was still able to give to the community. I was still able to do things in the community with my money freely and not care that I always just knew I had it. Didn't know where it came from, but I knew I had it. And I walked through life with that confidence that I wasn't worried about money. I got to my life now where I'm not worried about money. I think it's going to bite me a little bit now because it's like I got my 401k from the government where I got a lot put away just from that being on autopilot. That's going to preserve me through this government shutdown. It's going to preserve me through um, um, waiting for capital to really come up with these businesses that I'm running. But it's just like I never had to worry about those things. And I was always giving myself grace. Like I was just like, I'm good at what I do. I have what I have and I'm thankful for it. So I never went a moment without saying, God, thank you. Like there's so many people who worry about where money is coming from. They worry about if they can, I go and I'm again, this is not necessarily a good thing. I grocery shop and I just get what I want. I grocery shop, I get what I want. I get the kids what they want. I wake up in appreciation, appreciation for my house, appreciation for my kids' health, appreciation for my health. Um, Constant communication with God saying, thank you for ordering my steps. May I walk in your shadow? May I do what's in accordance with what your will is? And I feel like because I do those things that I don't have to worry about those things. Now, mind you, I may be drawing that well dry, and he is like, get your act together, ma'am, because
But at the same time, like as I was listening, I was listening, and I think I'm kind of the same, but the exact opposite because I tend to worry a lot when shit always works out. That
Mhm,
makes sense.
mhm.
So I think that's why this resonated with me because I'm very hard on myself. But then and I really want this to be a thing we do on this show where we don't give disclaimers like, I don't mean this to say be humble or do this to be cocky or whatever. Because I say that so much in life because I be talking to regular ass people. So when I come on here, I don't want to do that. So could you do that with me? Like just jump into the statement so I won't feel bad when cause we you know what I mean? Like we do good shit. And I think I think that had a lot to do with also like you're not really worrying about stuff. And like you said, for me, I think at the end of the day, I'm not a bad person and I don't live beyond my needs. I think we struggled a lot at the beginning that makes me cheap now when we actually have it, but it actually helped us make it through a lot of stuff. Where to the point where if we want to do it, we can actually do it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So but I think it boils down to the fact that you're actually a good person, and that's why shit tends to work out for you. But
yeah,
like I said, I think this stuff resonated with me because it's like, yo, even when you going through a lot, you still gotta understand that you've made it through. Like you've had some hard days, like where you really didn't think
yeah,
you would make it through it, and you made it through it. You
yeah,
was unscathed.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
There's some people that didn't make it through what you went through.
yes,
And it's
yeah,
like,
Yeah, so like take appreciation for that and build off of that instead of not having confidence in this, that, and the third. Like I said, so I think it more resonated with me with some of the stuff he was saying. You know what I
And
mean? He
writing it,
went through it. He
talk
went
about
through a lot.
writing it down.
You said what?
Talk about writing it down, like the things that you made it through, because that shit right there, in and of itself, like with me, like the people who, like my admin person, she didn't have severance. She had to figure out what to do after the government let her go. Like I felt bad for the people who were probationary, the people who didn't have spouses, who were on their own or just had was them and their kids, and now they have no health care, they have no jobs now. And it was just like I was so blessed that it's like I got my severance that carries me several months. I don't have to figure shit out for several months. I haven't worked since worked. I haven't I've been on my own underneath a solo entrepreneurial journey since April 1st. And I've been carried. And I write these things down. Like by the grace of God, He's taking care of me. Some people didn't have these opportunities. Some people didn't. Some people are filing for unemployment. Some people are in this saturated job market trying to figure shit out where they're trying to, you make $200,000? Nah, fam, you making 110,000 now, or you making 90,000 now. They're like, yeah, $200,000. No, there's a million of you out here now. I'm not giving you that. Sometimes I'm not working for nobody because you can't afford me. So like you can't. So it has no choice but to work. I have no choice but to follow what God has for me because I'll be damned if I come into somebody's job and get paid for anything under than what I worked my ass off for 18 years to do. So they can suck it. Like,
Calling all business owners, clothing lines, musicians, and artists, anybody with a hustle. Get at me. Trying to get a few hours on your product and or service. NahmTalmBout.
I told you one of my employees went for had a person call a job reference.
There's something after the butter on the bread.
Excuse me?
I don't like the butter.
Okay. Bye. Um, you don't like the butter on the bread. Um,
There was
oh,
a spider on the bread.
Ice called me for a reference check for this motherfucker. I was like, then my what is it? Your
Spider sense?
good and bad, like your good and bad, like your ethics, like your morals. My
Oh.
morals started to kick because I damn sure wanted to be like, oh, he's horrible. Like you're not working there. I'm not letting you work with Ice. So sorry, but he got kids. You can work wherever you want to work, and I'll give you your reference. But she was just like, oh, I'm sorry, your
Whoa,
agent.
whoa, 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 whoa. You said somebody called for a reference for ICE employment?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So instantly I was like, oh, Morley, what am I going to do? I want to be like, not none of my people.
Yeah.
But when she was like, she was just like, oh, but what are you doing? I was just like, not working for the government.
Yeah.
Started my own business and took everybody else with me. What's up? Like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. What you're doing is horrible.
That's terrible.
You
Yeah.
should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, I'm not. You're not getting a good on. Yeah, you was a bad employee.
Or replay.
Never came to work on time, nigga. They probably see that's exactly what we want.
I called him immediately and was like, Ice motherfucker? Like,
And hung up the phone.
you had Ice call me? So I definitely gave him a hard time. Like, don't do that shit no more. Don't give Ice my fucking number. I got Hispanics in this house.
Yeah, I'm sitting there like, hold on. Is she gonna make the joke? Because I'm just going.
Sosa, are you a citizen, bitch? Look.
I forgot about all that, yo. I'm just this shit just gets better and better, nigga.
I told Nelson, I was like, he was just like, no, they're not going to. He said something like, we were talking about something about the shutdown. He was just like, I'll be damned if they do something. I was like, what you gonna do? But get deported, nigga. Don't forget, you Mexican and look, you not Mexican. Well, I'm saying like you Dominican, but for all they know,
Yep, speak that Spanish, nigga.
Spanish
You
speaking.
speaking these Spanish, nigga.
They will try to bulldoze your big ass over and put you in the truck in an unmarked vehicle and send you
Oh
to
my God.
What is it, Alligator Alcatraz?
It's an ugly ass country, boy. I tell you, God damn.
Listen, the worst, the worst.
But yeah, that I definitely want to do that because it wasn't on this podcast list. It was just on YouTube. So when I went to YouTube, I was reminded of the joint.
Okay.
So I had a lot of them playing in the background today. But like I said, I definitely want to do the what the fuck is it called again? Because he had a good Black Friday prep for entrepreneurs. Preparing for Black Friday, the $1 billion checklist.
Yep.
Like I definitely want to do that next week. And the grant talk. Because like I said, it's funny having somebody in the van with me asking me questions. So now I'm answering questions that I didn't think that I wouldn't
Yeah.
I'd be
Yeah.
interested in. So like it's
The
two more
grant.
avenues. It's two more avenues that I'm interested in getting in as far as delivery.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think I told you I want multiple vans.
Hmm.
I talked to somebody while I was at DCA, and I asked him like, "Do you need like special credentials to deliver pets or whatever?" Because he deliver pets. I know a lot of times they go to the airport, they get first dibs or whatever, and I be mad. Like fuck it, might well jump in that game also because you don't need special credentials. You just gotta find a job. You just gotta
Dogs could be rolling around in the back like I'm just struggling.
Man, I'm interested in that, man, because it's money out there, and
What about medical?
yeah, both of them. It was medical and
I heard the bag is in medical.
yeah, and there's so many different types. Because like I said, I deliver for a lot of IVF joints. I
Hmm.
do a lot of those. I do a lot of cadaver pickups and stuff.
You been
Yeah,
picking bodies, nigga?
yeah. Like I gotta go pick on one. I gotta pick one back up tomorrow. We dropped one off this morning. I gotta go pick that joint back up and deliver to the airport in the morning. Yep, I got a delivery down to UVA that I do all the time.
For
Real
science?
quick. Huh?
For science?
Yeah, yep. It's the science department of UVA. Yep. Deliver down there all the time. And then pick them back up, take them to the airport. But like I said, that's a contract. I gotta look into how to get that type of stuff. You know what I mean? I have my own van doing that.
There's bodies in your van? Like,
Yeah, man, it's bodies in the joint. So I gotta get these mannequins. So speaking of bodies,
I heard your daughter was like,
she's scared every time she go to
yo, I had this picture of Nelson as a baby, but the picture was like as big as this picture on my wall here. And we had put it on the wall in our townhouse, like right by the steps. And every time I walked that motherfucker, I was like, oh, I was like, taking this nigga down because it scared me every time. So I know how it feels like.
That's hilarious. Man. It be catching me to pause for a second, motherfucker. It's two of them too, so.
Gang gang.
Yeah, like I said, like grants and black prep. Like a lot of times if this is good enough for me. If we ain't really got a podcast to talk about,
Yeah.
just getting some business talk out,
Yeah.
whatever you went throughout the week type shit. And anytime I get a good I'm mad because like I said, the dude I listen to is is insert from speeches or whatever. So he had one for the black people and he just canceled that joint. And I don't know why. And I'm mad. Well, I know why. I know I don't. I don't know why. I don't know why I can put that out there. But I'm mad because it was very interesting. Yeah, no, going back and forth. Because he complained a lot on that joint. Like he did a lot of he was definitely a bootstrap type of dude that I didn't disagree with none of his takes. I'll put it that way. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times people take stuff a particular type of way, and it's not my problem. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So but I really enjoy going to one podcast and knowing I'm gonna get some good inspiration over here, and then going over here and knowing I'm gonna get some good inspiration from somebody black. You know what I mean? And being basically from the same platform.
Mm-hmm.
You know I mean? So it was kind of, I didn't say disturbing, but it's kind of, it's like Niggas should have got rid of the other one and kept the black one. But I guess it was to the point where niggas won't support the black one. That's why he get rid of the black one. Cause I felt like I said that the generic one was period. Like he already had that one at first, and then he brought the black one.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I just caught on the both on Blake. You know what I mean? Of course, they be people. He have black people on the other one also. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
then Friday is a finance joint, so it's good. Oh, another one. Do you listen to 85 South at all?
Mm-mm.
They had John Hope Bryant.
Mm.
He mainly talks finance.
Okay.
It's a good talk, but you know what? And it's funny because I'm about to say it's a good talk, but 85 South is so erratic with their conversation, just three comedians, and you never can get them done. But then I think about it, no, them niggas was shut up. He was talking the entire time. I just thought about it. It was only like one voice I heard the entire time. It was his. So yeah, even they shut up for him. So maybe all three of them. If we can get one, because one of them is like you can just let it play in the background because it's comical and the way he's talking to you, compared to the other one where we're gonna have to sit down with our notes and come up with a plan. And that
Okay.
could be an ongoing. I think the entrepreneur joint is gonna be an ongoing joint anyway. You know what I mean? But the John Hope Bryant, I think it boils into finance. And that's the conversation we're trying to find. I'm trying to find a good finance convo anyway, and I think that one's kind of perfect. Yeah, I'll send that also.
Okay.
That'll be the plan for next week or whatever.
Tracking.
Anything else you want to talk about? Anything else you wrote down? I don't know why I wait till now. Can you hear my dryer?
I cannot.
Okay, cool.
Can you hear my son?
For future reference, I will be doing interviews with the dryer on. The dryer. Not be cutting appliances off over here no more. Both my interviews flaked on me. And I keep saying flake is a hard word because people got lives, you know what I mean? I really be mad about that.
But what kind of flake though?
Okay, so one of them said, all right, so my goddaughter got into a fight at school. I got to work out this situation. I really want to do your joint, and I stand on that. I'll let you know what's going on. I was like, all right, respect all that. You could just let me know I had something come up. Cool. The other dude, he's a firefighter. He was like, I'm on call right now. I was like, all right, cool. So like I said, flake's a hard word to say. You know what I mean?
Because rescheduled. Those are
Huh?
reschedules. Those are reschedules.
No, both of them said they want to
Right.
reschedule.
I don't get that courtesy sometimes. Like, remember I told you the guy that said that he was going to come
Oh,
by
now there's some.
the crack window and just did not come. And I was just like, and then you see me hit the fucking bus stop.
What do you do now?
So I be quiet. So I'm just sitting here like, and then today when like there was some kind of technical, it's from me. Okay, look, okay, let's go out. Thank you. Okay, close the door. Thank you. I don't know where it is. Thank you. Take her with you. Okay, close the door. Okay, she don't want to go. Close it. Jesus wept. Go. Okay, she don't want to go. Close the door. My God. That's it. That's it. And guess what? There's no school tomorrow because of
That's crazy, right? What again? No, we're not doing that. Oh, my bad, because I got in trouble last. Yeah, I got in trouble the other day. I'm writing this up. No, right. We're not doing this.
oh.
Probably have braces. I don't know. We're not doing this.
But they're gonna be home with me tomorrow. So I'm like, how much work am I actually gonna get done? But I figured today I'm going to finish up making content, doing my schedule, putting it on buffer so it goes up by itself, so that I can check a box and say, good job for tonight. But I also don't have to wake up tomorrow to get anybody ready for school. And I already threatened all of them. If you come in my room before 9 o'clock, this is gonna be my sleeping day before my meeting start. I'm killing and throat chopping somebody. Ow.
I think I'm taking it. I think I want to take the interviews a little more serious. I already know what that means. This is a phrase I like to make a lot. So I'm doing interviews before we rock. Usually, if I used to tell y'all 8:30, if somebody else said they're good, I ask y'all if I was good for that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Along with the ones I do Saturday morning because I understand getting up like to me, it was just perfect. Like I thought I was interviewing adults. Y'all might want to knock this out before y'all get into y'all real joint. Niggas like, nigga, it's still Saturday morning. No. So I gotta understand it, you know what I mean? And everybody play throughout the week. So I'm like, y'all interview on Wednesday also. But I'm just trying to get more interviews. And it's funny because at first I was just interviewing the good dudes from my league. And then I started interviewing just other people in the league. And then I got lucky and I interviewed a good amount of good players along with just stockpiling interviews. So then when I ran out of those good players, I just started releasing the interviews.
Okay.
The other day I'm at the field, dude was like, yeah, Mo, you was on a run. You was on a run. Some of them dudes, they don't deserve interviews. And it's funny because I go back and forth because I've asked people this, but I think I was asking those average Joes. I'm like, yo, would you rather see just the superstars of the league? Or would you rather see the superstars plus the average Joes? Because I feel like the average Joes, I feel like the average Joes make the league go on and they're going to talk about the superstars also. So
That part, yeah.
yeah, so that's why I thought that would be better. But I think it's like a better mix. But like I said, once I ran out of superstars and started trying to reach those superstars and wasn't getting them, I had a good amount of just regular Joe because I was knocking out like 3 to 4 a week, but
Yeah.
only one superstar in there. So when I ran out of those, it was just my nigga. So you know what I mean? That nigga was like, and it's funny because he was one of the niggas that I was going to interview, and he's definitely one of the niggas that other niggas was like, he don't deserve an interview. You know what I mean? That's what made the story even funnier to me. I'm thinking that in my head, nigga. Like it's funny. Yo. It was hilarious. But like I said, I want to start taking it more serious because when I was down in that tournament, it was like 2 or 3 people that just like, nah, I'm talking about. I was like, oh yeah, what's up? No clue who that is. Like, you know what I mean? That shit kind of felt good, but it's like, yo, who's that? So I kind of wanted to interview more people. I ran into like 2 or 3 people that had a podcast situation going on and the way they talking about it and being in the forefront of this. That was just interesting stuff I really never thought about because to me it was just I just like creating content. What happened?
Do you think about collaborations?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've done. I wouldn't say I've done collaborations. I've talked to people who have platforms themselves, but I haven't done my part in going on their part. I mean, going on their platform. You know what I mean? I've interviewed him with my 4 for 10, but I didn't go like Dale on air. He has a platform. I haven't been on his, but he's been on my joint. You know what I mean? The dude. So that's the
He still uses yours on his, right?
yeah. It's definitely a give take situation. Just the fact that I have to do my part is coming on. I have to do my part as far as jumping on people being in more spaces. That's why I say, and that's why I say about the whole taking the shit more serious. Like taking the shit more serious means you're gonna have to be out the house more, which
No,
means
I get
that
out the house more.
yeah, but it's like for one, you got to make something of it. Because a lot of times, like if I'm going on a tournament, then let's go on a tournament. You know, and I can do this Saturday. I don't have no games on Friday. You know what I mean? Like that's the way you can work it out. If shipping is providing the money for you to make this now a vacation. You know what I mean? Now if I go to the tournament, nigga, I'm on the couch just chilling because I just need somewhere to put my bag until I get back. I'm gonna hit the road afterwards type shit. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you gotta have the resources to make this something. So it goes, it's the yin and the yang. Take care of what's serious so you can do what you want to do type shit, which is always a formal.
Yeah.
But it's like if you want to take this serious, it takes more taking serious over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, this shit really like does a lot for me. Like talking to y'all too, it do a lot as far as motivation. Like I got to the point where I was interviewing y'all, like, fuck am I doing? Like, you do something I got there, so. Yeah, but again, a good convo. And till next time.
Until next time.
All right, sis.
See you later.
All right, later.
All right, love you too. Bye.